Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. We are from Group 8 and we have prepared 3 lesson plan, which is the basic lesson plan, and then the metacognitive lesson plan, and also the bottom-up lesson plan. And this is the group members, and how we're going to present is we're going to go back to back from lesson plan to materials. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first lesson plan, which is the basic one. All right, so we're teaching Form 1 students in topic of Unit 4, Life on Earth. So for the learning standard is they should be able to fill in the blanks of 15 correct answers about natural wonders of the world in an online worksheet by listening to the audio, and then state 5 facts about one of the natural wonders of the world verbally. So we're focusing on listening and speaking, listening as the main skill and speaking as the complementary skill. All right. So for the success criteria is they should be able to fill in the blanks for at least 10 out of 15 questions correctly based on the audio, and then state at least 3 out of 5 facts of the chosen natural wonders of the world. So the strategy is to differentiate by the type and amount of support provided, like observing students' discussion room by room and help with input. This is during production, lesson development. All right. So for pre-lesson, teacher's going to show pictures of 7 natural wonders of the world, and this is the pictures. I've put them in the materials section, and then they are instructed to describe the image using only one word, and then the teacher will then provide a link, which is the Mentimeter link. Okay, so also in the material I've provided the link directly. All right. So going back for the lesson development, teacher then shares slide of facts about the 7 natural wonders of the world. You can see in the materials, it's already in the slide mode, right? Teacher can choose and use it. And then for the next activity, which is the practice, teacher gives instruction on the next activity. So for this one, they are instructed to fill in the blanks while listening to the audio. If you're going to look at the material side, you can see that it has the direct link to the online worksheet. All right, and then instructions are given for how they are going to start the worksheet. For the production, there is no materials since they are going to be divided into group of 5, and they will search and browse the internet and find another natural wonders of the world and present it to the class. But for pre-lesson, teacher's going to share screens of wheels of name. You can see the material side. Wheels of name up here. All right, so this is the link directly to the website. And then teacher also gonna recap and give more value of what they have learned that day, which is appreciating nature, because our forests and oceans provide us with the food we eat and the air that we breathe. Also, I forgot to mention that for the audios that are gonna be played during practice, it will be up here on the right side. If you just click here, you can directly listen to the audio.
Listen to the audio and film.
Teacher also can download it and use it for their lesson. So I think that's it for me. We're going on to the second lesson plan.
Okay. So for the second lesson plan is bottom-up lesson plan. For this class, this is applicable for real classroom, as the theme is people and culture, and we're focusing on topic Unit 9, take care, and our focus is understand specific details when listening to texts on familiar topics. Main skill is listening and complementary skill is speaking. By the end of the lessons, our learning objectives is by the end of the lessons, pupils will be able to write down correctly 5 pieces of advice for victims of bullying stated in the audio. And the second one is to state verbally a full statement about cyberbullying. Our curricular elements use is information and communication technology as well as moral values, and we use strategy tree, which is differentiated by the type and amount of support provided. Teaching and learning activities will be starting from the pre-lesson. Firstly, teacher asks questions regarding the related topics to stimulate curiosity, which the questions will be, have you ever heard of cyberbullying before? And do you think it is good to say bad things about others on social media? In this pre-lesson, teachers can as well ask other questions to stimulate pupils' curiosity. And then teacher asks pupils to watch a video about cyberbullying. The link is provided in the lesson plan. And here, which is a YouTube video. And then we move on to the lesson development. First, teacher defines cyberbullying and its effects. For this part, teacher will show slides, which we can see in the materials part. And then, yes, in these slides, so teacher can just show these slides. Teacher will explain to students what is a definition of cyberbullying and its effects. Okay, moving on. To the listening activity, teacher will give instruction on the activity that will be conducted. Listen attentively to the audio about cyberbullying and how to deal with it. The audio is provided in the materials part also at the bottom. Yes, that one. And this link can also you can also get this link from because it is based on textbook. Then list down pieces of advice for victims of bullying stated in the audio. Then the recording will be played twice. Next, teacher discuss the correct answers together with the pupils. Then, for the next activity, teacher gives instructions for broken radio activity. I think all of us teachers must have heard of this activity before. So the instruction will be first, teacher will ask pupils to get into 4 groups. Then pupils need to stand in line according to groups and they choose one representative. Teacher will whisper a statement about cyberbullying to each representative. And then each representative will whisper the statement given by the teacher to the first member in the line, and it continues until the last member gets the message. And the last member will state the statement aloud as we applying the speaking skill in this activity. Then teacher checks each group's answer. And lastly, in post lesson, teacher asks pupils to recap lesson and the moral value, which is be responsible. And then teacher shares the link, which is the one that they did for the first activity in the WhatsApp group for people to make corrections, and teacher ends the lesson. Okay, that's all. Now let's move to lesson plan number 3.
Okay, for our last lesson plan or lesson plan number 3, metacognitive lesson plan, it is for English subject for Form 2 Bestari. We teach them under topic, the topic under Unit 8, good luck, bad luck. Our focus skill is listening and our complementary skill is speaking. And our learning objective, by the end of the lesson, pupils will be able to write 5 correct superstition from the audio and to create and tell stories about superstition from the given topic. Our success criteria, pupil write at least 5 out of 9 correct superstition from the audio and create and tell at least a short story from the given topic. Our cross-curricular element is language and differentiation strategies. We choose strategy number 4, differentiate by the outcome expected from pupils. Our teaching and learning activities for the pre-lesson, teacher asks question regarding the related topic to stimulate curiosity. The question will be, do you know superstition? Do you believe in superstition? And teacher asks pupils to define the word superstition based on their understanding in the Mentimeter. And for the Okay, here is the Mentimeter. And for the lesson development, the first teacher asked pupil to watch a video about superstition. It is a YouTube video here. Okay. And then teacher defines and explain what superstition is all about. And then for the listening activity, teacher gives instruction on the activity that will be conducted. The instruction will be first, listen to the audio about superstition from all around the world attentively. Second, write down as many as possible superstition you might hear or familiar from the audio, and the audio will be played twice. The audio is here. You can download here. Okay. And then next, pupil will be called randomly to share what they heard from the audio, and teacher discusses the answer with the pupils. For the production part, pupils get into groups of 4. Each group's representative will draw a lot to decide which superstition they have to talk about. The suggestion topic, here are the suggestion topic. And then after that, pupils discuss with their group members and create a short story based on their imagination related to the topic they got. And then after 15 minutes, each group shares their story in front of the class. For the post lesson, teacher asks pupils to summarize the challenges that they face during the activities, and teacher asks pupils to recap today's lesson and present the moral values, and teacher ends the lesson. Okay, so our teaching and learning strategies: cooperative learning and pupil-centeredness. And then for the learning assessment, listening assessment, written assessment, and also oral assessment. And for our moral values, it is respect for belief and culture of various races. So I think that's all from our group. Is there any question?
I have questions for the lesson plan number 3. My questions is, your activity is quite simple. Do you think is there any metacognitive element in your lesson plan, and where do you apply it?
Okay. I will answer this question. As we all know, metacognitive refer to thinking about thinking. So we first put metacognitive element in the pre-lesson, where we ask pupils to define the word superstition based on their understanding. Here it is clear that we want them to think what superstition is all about, apart to give them a general idea about what they are going to learn. And next, we also applied the metacognitive element in the lesson development or in the production stage, where we ask pupils to write a short story based on the topic they got when they draw a lot. The short story that will be created is all depends on them. We expect various of stories from them. They can write whatever they want, be imaginary story, real experience, or anything, as long as it is related to the topic they got. We want them to use their prior knowledge about the topic to plan and create the story. From that, we can all see their creativity and how much they understand what they have learned that day. And although the activity seems quite simple, pupils still need to think outside of the box before answering them. And plus, the activity really suitable for the Form 2 students, and because it is not really easy, but it is not that hard. I hope my explanation answered your question. Thank you for asking, Alia.
I have another question about the metacognitive. How well do you think this metacognitive lesson plan is going to work from rate of 1 to 5, and why?
So I will answer that question. So for the question, we teachers going to rate it as like 4/5 because the activities were quite simple, and plus the students will be divided into groups, and we're going to like put the students in like mixed ability students from moderate to advanced, and they can help each other out while creating the stories. Another 1/4 is because I think there will be another technical problem, such as they're going to need help from the teachers. So that's the only problem we're going to have. So yes, 4/5. Is there any other question?
Yeah, if I may ask, for the bottom-up lesson plan, why do you choose bottom-up instead of top-down? Is there any specific reason for that?
Thank you, Myra, for the question. I'll answer that one. So basically, there is no specific reason, but we think that a bottom-up process, they move in the other direction, which is they focus on words, spellings, and pronunciations before asking students to apply them in a phrases and sentences. Usually in restricted tasks like top-end discussion or writing tasks. So we think that a bottom-up approach is more effective for language that is more difficult to understand. For example, like irregular or complex forms, which may cause confusion if not directly taught early in a class. So, and it will suit learners who prefer more teacher support with new forms. So yeah, I hope that answers the question.
Yes, thank you.
Is there any other question? So if no, I think that's it from us, from Group 8. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.